Welcome to the nation's capital. We're live from Washington, D.C. for AEW Maximum Carnage here tonight. We've got a very special match card for you here in Washington from night one of a two-night PLE presented by AEW and the Is Jack channel. You should be excited for this one, folks. Rivalries will end. Rivalries will get a new turn. Titles may change hands, but we're kicking things off in a different way. Then we have Bryan Danielson, Samoa Joe. That's Falls Count Anywhere. These two have been going back and forth for weeks. Tonight, will it get settled? Triple threat tag team ladder match, number one contenders. The Hurt Syndicate await the winners of this triple threat tag team match. Dark Order, the OC, and Undisputed Kingdom. And of course, a rivalry that's old as time. Continental Championship on the line. Kazuchika Okada faces Ospreay once again. And our main event of the evening, AEW World Champion Kenny Omega. Can Rumble winner Big Bill shock the odds and win the World Title here tonight? We'll find out. But before we get to all that's on the match card, we have the AEW TBS Championship on the line. Number one contender Deonna Purrazzo won a fatal four-way match to get here. Her leading the faction of Fatal Beauty. Can she win the TBS Championship from Anna Jay, who did win it from the CEO Mercedes Moné? And she's joined, the Virtuosa is joined by all members of Fatal Beauty. Making up Fatal Beauty is Taya Valkyrie, Mariah May, and Harley Cameron. Deonna will want to walk out of here with the TBS Championship leading her faction. Anna Jay is not an easy opponent, so it's not going to be as straightforward as going in and taking that title. She does seem to have a little bit of help in terms of motivation, and morally speaking, these women can gear up for this match, but Deonna's the only one who can hit the pinfall or submission and get the referee's decision. Can she do it here tonight in Washington? The nation's capital is proud to host All Elite Wrestling. And of course, night two, Collision Maximum Carnage, is coming to you live from Brooklyn, New York. That's the other side of the match card. Of course, so many stories, so much action on AEW. It has to go over two nights. And here is the TBS champion. Anna Jay, of course, a very storied past in our universe mode. Went from undesirable to undeniable. Nobody expected her to beat Mercedes Moné. She did that. Nobody expected her to defend her championship. She did that. And now she's on a roll. She's looking to continue building her legacy here in AEW. What will a win over Deonna and Fatal Beauty do for her career? Should she be able to win here in the nation's capital? Well, we're about to find out. One thing's for sure, the TBS Championship is on the line. And that puts all the more pressure on. Who will deal with the pressure better? Will it be Anna Jay? We know she's actually quite used to big pressure situations. Deonna not so much, but winning a Fatal 4-Way is no easy feat. She managed to do that to earn this opportunity. Can she take away the gold? As we wait for the introductions, Deonna in the blue, Anna in the black. TBS title on the line, that's what it's all about, folks. Who will walk out of Washington as the TBS champion? Deonna will want to bring some gold to her faction. That would be a good start for Fatal Beauty. Of course, with the title comes a lot of and Anna goes straight to the top rope here. Looks like she tried to. No, she isn't trying to escape, and a drop onto the head of Deonna. Bit of an interesting way to start a matchup, that, when your opponent's fresh, running to the top ropes. Not always the best idea. Kicks to the gut here of Deonna. Can Deonna fight back a bit? And dancing in the middle of the ring is not something I would be doing in a title match. We know Anna's a confident woman. She can confidently say that with the victories that she's had. And a Bexploder here from Deonna as she feels this crowd here. Traditionally, Deonna is a heel, but she's getting a great reception here in Washington. The Virtuosa may be the fans' favourite to win the TBS Championship, but Anna Jay won't make that easy reversal here from Anna. Ducks under in a DDT, taking the Virtuosa to the ground. She's got all the support. Family here and her AEW family at ringside, thrown into the corner. Now Anna Jay with a forearm. What's she going to do here? Deonna's in trouble. Stomp to the face. Gonna roll her over, go for the pinfall. Not a bad attempt to see where and how much damage you've done. Kick out, not even a 1 count, or it was a 1 count given by the ref. So a little bit of damage done to the Virtuoso. Gonna need to do more. Deonna thrown into the corner again. This time with a little bit more strength. She bows to the Washington DC crowd, basically signifying that she's proud of her work and you're welcome. Anna Jay often refers to herself as the Queen. It looks like there's a problem with the turnbuckle. Didn't actually see anyone go up there, so I don't know what's going on there. Anna is looking like the champion in this match, on top. Now she's going to go into the ropes, and a half Hurricanrana driving the face of Deonna Purrazzo into the mat. Not necessarily the worst tactic I've ever seen. Kick out at 2.5 there by Deonna Purrazzo of Fatal Beauty, and looks like somebody's getting involved. Somebody's distracted Anna Jay, and that will give Deonna an opportunity. It's Taya Valkyrie. We haven't seen her that much in Universe mode as Deonna goes to work, raking the arm. Anna Jay, the veteran. She's a young competitor, to be honest. Don't be mistaken, but the history books of this Universe mode make her appear like a veteran. Title defenses, beating Mercedes Moné, who looked unstoppable at one point. Deonna going to go for that submission early on. Can she get it over? Nope. It looks like Anna's going to break out. Not properly cinched in. An elbow to the face. And that's the point of the elbow, driving into the nose of Deonna Purrazzo. That can break your nose. An Irish whip against the ropes. Too strong though, Anna Jay. And distraction again from Fatal Beauty. And are they going to play a pivotal part, at ringside? It looks like they're getting involved. This time Harley Cameron making her voice heard. Of course, the women of Fatal Beauty, all behind Deonna, want her to be the champion. Feel like she hasn't got what she's deserved. What is Anna Jay doing here? She's looking at Taya, and Harley Cameron punch to Harley Cameron. She's heard enough. Heel or face. There's no need to try and distract Anna Jay from winning this title as she dances in the ring again. She's super proud of herself. Maybe she will be recruited to Fatal Beauty. A very beautiful woman. That's what Deonna's criteria is. You've got to be a very beautiful woman to get into this faction. Mariah May, a former AEW World Champion outside of this Universe mode. I'm sure that this Universe mode will have more than her just being a lackey to Deonna. Interesting that she's joined this faction though. I can't imagine that's going to go down as straight as you think. A roll-up pin here from Anna Jay. Smart from the champ to retain. Nope. Now Deonna's going to go after a tornado DDT. Well worked from Anna Jay, using the range of her abilities. Going to the top rope this time makes sense. Deonna grapples at nothing, and Anna Jay falls out the ring. It's an interesting move. There was nobody outside, and she's back in, luckily, and that forearm that she hit Harley Cameron with just hit Deonna with. And she's saying, easy work. The Washington DC crowd not so convinced. Irish whip from Purrazzo. She's going to go for a German suplex here. Going to roll her up. Pinfall attempt here from the challenger. 1, 2, and a kick out by Anna Jay. Still a lot of work to do here for Deonna if she wants to walk away with that TBS Championship. That moonsault will do it. No, it won't, because Anna Jay telegraphs it and gets out of it. Now she's going to go for work at a super kick. Could end her. And for God's sake. And she's going to vault over the ring, taking out 2 members of Fatal Beauty. Mariah May, Taya Valkyrie must have said something to her. And to be honest, no matter what you think of Anna Jay, she's severely outnumbered here. And execution to Deonna. Could that spell the end? 1, 2. And a kick out from Deonna. And the relief on the face of Fatal Beauty there. Because I thought Deonna was done for. And now Anna's going to go after her while she's in the corner. What on earth is she thinking here? Taking it to the top rope, and oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness, from the top rope, super back suplex. This could be the end, and Anna Jay is building momentum here in front of this Washington crowd. And look at that. Mariah May dragging her out, and look at this, the referee's unaware. That should have been a disqualification, referee. Mariah May hitting Anna Jay when the referee wasn't paying attention. That's poor officiating. The Washington crowd now chanting. And Charles Robinson, the referee, has just ejected somebody in the right of your screen, if you saw that. Somebody's been ejected. I believe it is Mariah May, who's making her way up the ramp. Maybe he did see that, but she's ejected, and now Pinfall here from Deonna in the ring. Kick out at 2.5 from the champ. And Mariah sent to the back. That's an interesting thing. Could have cost Deonna her title there by getting disqualified, but instead Charles Robinson decided to remove her from the equation. Good officiating from the veteran referee. Anna Jay rolls to the outside the ring here. Now Deonna throws her back in the ring. Grapple. And now a twist to the arm, and now going to work the arm down. We know that Deonna has a very strong MMA background. Going to the top rope, this is something that you don't usually see from her. Normally focused on submissions and a splash, misses. Now Anna's going to take advantage. Oh my goodness me. Torture rack into the face crusher. That could be all that she wrote, folks. As STF locked in. Could Deonna tap out? She's a veteran on submissions. Will get out of that by the looks of things. Rolls her over. That's how you do escape that. Deonna surely sensing the end now. And a super kick, a Brogue-like kick. Taking the head off of Anna Jay. Going to drag her into the centre of the ring. I don't know what happened there, folks. A little bit of a technical issue, I think. I don't know if it replicates. And oh my goodness, the referee's distracted. The pile driver hits. Anna's in trouble. I don't know if the referee's seen it. The referee, is he aware? The referee was distracted and gives Anna Jay a little bit of time to recover. But you have to say, she had that match won there and then. That match was over. And now she's going to go for the submission. This could end it. Locked in. Can Anna Jay escape? It looks like she's not gonna. Oh my goodness me. We're going to have a new TBS champ. Locked in. And this is cinched in this time. And that's when you know it's dangerous. Anna Jay needs to fight her way out and get out of this before it's catastrophic. She could lose oxygen. She could pass out here. Does escape. Just. But what has that taken out of Anna Jay? The TBS champion in major trouble, and now she's distracted again and taking them out. She must have heard something whilst Deonna was hurt from that elbow, and now she's going to super kick Taya. And this is the problem with the numbers. She's distracted, and there's a world championship on the line. Now Deonna has a hold of her. But she's going to headbutt her in the back of the head from behind while she's distracted fighting Taya Valkyrie. Remember, she needs to get back in the ring. You can't win the championship via count-out. Champion's advantage. And reversal there from Anna Jay there. Good work from the champ. Gets her back in the ring. Could be about to begin. And somebody else is getting involved. And a comment was made, and oh, goodness me. This pile driver is going to signify the end of Anna Jay and her title reign. For God's sake, Fatal Beauty having a massive influence in this, and we have a new TBS champion that is called Deonna the Virtuosa Purrazzo. Well, no thanks to the women outside the ring, this result is the way it is, but it is the way it is. And unfortunately, controversy clouds a real champion, but Deonna is the one holding the strap, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. So we continue Maximum Carnage here tonight. Excuse me. And my throat kind of hurts after being so excited for all the action. It's about to get even bigger and better. We have Falls Count Anywhere action. These two have been at it for weeks. Joe coming in onto Collision after Bryan Danielson faced Sean Spears, who was visiting from NXT, taking him out. Bryan Danielson repaying the favour for Joe by interfering in his match. This is just the inevitable. Bryan, of course, after the Rumble, wanted a one-on-one match with Joe to benefit them both, to showcase to the AEW universe that both of them are not the same level as their performances at the Rumble. Joe not happy about the fact that Bryan Danielson's publicly coming out and calling him a loser per se. And it's led to this moment. So Bryan Danielson, Samoa Joe, it's Falls Count Anywhere, and anything goes really. There's no limitations. You can be pinned anywhere in the arena actually, as Bryan Danielson's going to look to pick up a victory here. One thing's for sure, whoever does win this match is a huge victory and a huge push for their career in this universe mode. World Championship gold, Continental gold, International gold, TNT Championship gold. That's the direction these two men will want to go in as we await the arrival of the Samoan submission machine. Joe. Here he comes. Samoa Joe, and he looks like he's ready for business. Well, we're about to find out exactly what that business is here tonight. Joe making his way down to the ring. You can only imagine things are going to get a little bit tasty here. And look at Bryan Danielson straight away. He's running towards him and kicking the ropes. Wants to go at the action, and the referee doesn't need to. And look at Joe. Quick interchange, and that allows Joe to get on top. Bryan's going to reverse and backbreaker to Joe. Of course, the weird thing about Falls Count Anywhere is the bell could have been rung at any moment during that entrance. And backbreaker again from Bryan. Bryan going to start the faster. Bryan a little bit pissed off by the looks of things. And what's he going for here? Jesus. The ring is lined with kendo sticks. And Joe going to receive a shot to the head. Multiple shots to the head from that kendo stick from Bryan Danielson, who is a very pissed off American Dragon tonight. Going to go for the pinfall. 4 kendo stick shots. Could it do it to Joe? No, kick out 1. Samoan submission machines, no stranger to a Extreme Rules match, of course. Being in TNA, had many no disqualification matches. Bryan misses there. And Joe's going to yank the arm. It's crossface. Could Joe be about to make Bryan tap out in the early stages of this wrestling match? No. Many consider Bryan Danielson to be the best professional wrestler on the planet. There's many who have other options, but the majority do feel that way, and it's nice to see him mix it up in a different format other than just professional wrestling. We saw his match with Shawn Spears. That was a wrestling, oh my goodness, a power slam onto the outside. Going to go for the pinfall here. Sorry, folks, to interrupt what I was saying, but his match with Shawn Spears, who might be drafted to Raw or SmackDown come 2K25, was a beautiful show of excellence and wrestling acumen. Bryan very proud of it as he reverses the Irish whip on Joe here. And Bryan gonna... this was actually... I didn't know that was out of bounds. Like, I thought we'd be able to go there, but obviously not. Steel stairs in hands now. Nothing ever good happens when the steel steps are involved, and god damn it, ripping the announcer's desk apart. We have to put this back together in between matches, guys. Is it really necessary? Joe gonna go for that kendo stick and throws it, misses Bryan. Not got a baseball pitcher's arm there, Joe. Bryan quickly looking for a weapon because Joe's just overpowering him here with that forearm. And as we go to the cutscene so Joe can remove his towel, this Falls Count Anywhere match, and Joe must have attacked Bryan off camera. And now Joe's going to take Bryan back into the ring. Oh, no, he isn't. He's going to slam him and use the ring as a weapon. That's a smart tactic from the Samoan submission machine, to be honest. German suplex. Oh, nearly hitting the stairs. That could have been catastrophic for Bryan. Of course, we know the history he's had with neck injuries. The German suplex onto the steel stairs would not do him any favours. There's Bryan running away from Joe now. And what the hell's Bryan thinking? He's waiting for him on the ramp, and god damn it, nothing good ever happens on the ramp. Joe slam onto that concrete. For goodness sake. He's got a family, Joe. I would have much preferred it if these two would have kept in the ring, and now using the referee as a weapon. And Bryan running up to the ring. What is he doing up to the ramp? And he's going to wait for Joe. He's telling Joe to come on. As Joe is, you can't really see him, but at the bottom of your screen he's bringing the steps with him. Jesus Christ, this is just getting out of hand, folks. Bryan waiting for Joe at the top of the ramp. Potentially looking at a way to go back. Maybe not. This is never going to end well, folks. And Joe with the steps to the face. Bryan thought he'd, and then throws them for extra damage. Joe is in rage mode now. They're going to fight on top of that Tron. That is not a good place to be, ladies and gentlemen. And Joe, oh my goodness me, Bryan escapes. Does not want to be damaged off the Tron, and now both men fighting. That is pure steel up there. Joe thrown off the edge of the entrance ramp. Goodness me. And Bryan jumps down there with him. Oh, goodness me. That's a 10-foot plus drop for Joe there. Oh, my God. What the hell is Bryan thinking? Diving headbutt. Going to go for the pinfall here. Of course, Charles Robinson can pin up there. It's all legal, and Joe kicks out. What the hell do these men... What is the beef? What will they do to win this match? And Bryan thrown into the side of the arena, and German onto that. That is pure concrete, folks. Pure concrete. And rubbing the face in the gritty concrete on the floor is Joe, an elbow drop to follow it up. Goodness me, this is taking a turn for the worse, folks. And Joe's going to do a Bexploder onto there. Goodness gracious me. What a night of action we've got for you here at Dynamite Maximum Carnage. It's going to be absolutely epic as they look to fight in the fans. And Bryan just doing anything but fighting, and dropped on his head again on that neck, on the concrete. Joe's looking to punish Bryan here as they fight really close to the crowd. Going for a pinfall here and kick out from Bryan. But you must wonder, none of these men are going to leave the saber into the barricade. Goes Bryan, misses the kick, and Joe. Reversal. And working on the neck, you have to wonder how much damage Bryan Danielson's neck can take as he runs away to get a bit of space. You can see the fans there, they're actually fighting in the corner. And Bryan with a kick, taking Joe down. Looks like Bryan's trying to escape. I don't think he can go down there, though. He's come back in, and this is not good, folks. We got to think these guys have families. And Bryan into the barricade again goes Joe. And this is just as extreme as it gets, folks. Of course, on Collision, we have that no escape steel cage match between Megan Bayne and Chris Statlander. I can only imagine the pain that's going to bring both them women. And I need a drink because I'm that excited about the action as Bryan looks to go back on the ramp. Maybe taunt Joe. Joe might want to keep it on the concrete, though, I imagine. And we're going to get a catcher and a break in proceedings here. Joe's getting back to his feet, as you can see the shadow of Joe there on the left-hand side. He's taunting the crowd, it looks like. Where the hell is Bryan? And I believe Joe's just going to wait for him. Bryan's going to bring the steps. What on earth is going on? Joe running towards him. Bryan's got time and not enough time. Joe's behind him. And this is horrendous, folks. Kick to the guts. Both of these men's careers and what little they've got left of them have been shortened here tonight. There's no doubt in my mind that they on the arm, on the concrete. Can we get some medical staff out here on standby for the climax of this match and into the side of the arena, into the ramp, sorry. Even got me making my words up. And Bryan going to jump from height again. Bryan jumping off that like it's a trampoline park. That's most certainly, folks, that is not what it is. And into the fans goes Joe. Bryan trying to bring things back onto the ramp. And what's he thinking? Maybe he's telling Joe to come on. Joe's not interested. Joe's not interested. And Bryan going to go back to the ring. And what does this mean, folks? Bryan's going to go all the way. Joe is not moving, folks. Samoa Joe doesn't want to engage in the ring. And Bryan's quickly realising that as he stands on the announcer's desk. Joe is celebrating over there. And Bryan is celebrating on the... he's going to go in the ring. And now Joe just waits at the side of the ramp. It looked like Bryan Danielson wanted to take it back into the ring. Joe's not obliging. Joe's saying, you come to me. Joe looks hurt, though. And that's quite worrying for his future in this universe mode. I hope he... Northern Lights suplex from Bryan. Bryan got there pretty quick. Pinfall. And Joe kicks out one. Still a bit of fight left in the Samoan submission machine, but he looks genuinely injured. And maybe that was why he couldn't make it back to the ring. As a submission hold here from Bryan Danielson. Joe needs to get some momentum back. He's been dominated in the second half of this fight. And an atomic drop. And another one. And that's not going to make making children any easier. I can confirm that. Senton reversed. Now Bryan going for it. Joe's going to deliver them big chops. Joe wants to win it here. Oh my goodness. And a big atomic drop there from Joe. And goodness me. Not again. Onto the steps. And the concrete. His legs bounced off them steel steps. And now Joe about to lock in potentially the Kikina clutch. This could be it. Bryan fights out. And this is all it is now. It's not a wrestling match. It's just a fight. And Bryan takes out the legs. And Bryan keeps going for this move. Keeps going up there. And now he's going to jump off potentially. Joe will not come up. which I'm finding very interesting. Joe looks hurt, and maybe we need some medical staff as Bryan hits him with the crossbody. Joe doesn't react, and Bryan surely thinking the end is near, but you don't need them steel steps. I think you can beat Joe without them, but throws him onto the 300-pound Samoan. A roll-up pin, no? Is it? Yes, roll-up pin here. Might have Joe beaten. 1, 2, and Joe kicks out somehow. Joe kicks out somehow, and now Joe's going to fight, and Bryan Danielson, sensing the end. Joe's got nothing left. Maybe it's age, maybe it's experience. Maybe it's just he hasn't got enough gas in the tank. And Bryan's going to hit him with the running knee. And Joe is done, folks. There is no way. I don't even think we'll see Joe again. How does Joe kick out? This is showing how much of a fighter he is. He's busted open now, and Bryan is going to sense the end. He's got the steps again. Joe has hurt himself. Maybe when he got through off that stage and them steps straight to the face. He's motionless. Bryan with the pin finally puts Joe out of his misery. And who would have expected that, folks, to be honest? That Bryan Danielson dominating that second fight. He picks up the victory and falls count anywhere. In the coming weeks, we'll have a report on Joe. He didn't look good ever since he got through off that stage. He looked injured. So hopefully Joe's okay and we see him again soon, but we'll have to find out in weeks to come. Well, folks, that was an arena brawl for the ages. Now, it's not getting any easier. It's still remaining extreme. We got triple threat, tag, ladder action for you here as the Undisputed Kingdom make their way to the ring. Of course, a lot at stake in this match. The Hurt Syndicate, your AEW World Tag Team Champions. Due to unforeseen circumstances, the tournament had to end due to real life events that happened with one of the competitors in that tournament. We had to pull them from the show immediately. And Maximum Carnage, I feel like Tony Khan's done a brilliant job in rebooking this and making this a number one contenders match. That briefcase above the ring holds a contract that will give them a shot at the AEW Tag Team Championships in a few weeks' time, which is all they wanted. An Undisputed Kingdom, this will be massive for them. They're taking on Dark Order, who were in the final, I believe, or was nearly in. The Dark Order, of course, took part in the Syndicate run. They have been chosen by Tony Khan himself to compete in this match as a replacement for the other team. And we have a debut in OC. Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows signed by AEW following their release from WWE. Their first match will be a number one contenders opportunity. That's exactly where they'll want to be, holding championship gold, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. As you're about to see the club make their debut here on Maximum Carnage, of course. Coming live to you from Washington, D.C. on Saturday. We're in Brooklyn, New York for Collision Maximum Carnage, which is going to be no worse. So we will have more action for you folks coming this Saturday on Collision Maximum Carnage, including the AEW Women's World Championship on the line. Can Timeless Tony Storm dethrone the unbeatable, or what it seems unbeatable, Mina Shirakawa? I'm sure that it won't be a straight line, folks, either. Much to come out of this two-night PLE, and that's going to set everything up, really. So, as the Good Brothers make their way to the ring, they have many names. They were a member of Bullet Club. They were a member of the OC in WWE, and they're also called the Good Brothers. Go by many monikers, but that's just testament to how much of a veteran team that these two guys are. Ladder match here, folks, and you can use them ladders as weapons, but the real ambition of the match is to climb the ladder, retrieve the briefcase, and go home with that number one contenders title shot. As we see, triple threat starts. So, what is the tactic in a triple threat tag team ladder match? Well, it's very common knowledge that you want to take as little damage as possible, and that's the same case in any professional wrestling match. But when it's triple threat action, it's all about letting the other two teams fight and then seizing your opportunity, seeing if you can find a gap where you can climb the ladder, retrieve the briefcase, and then win the number one contender shots. As we look in the ring, it's the Undisputed Kingdom that are dominating early on. Kyle O'Reilly, it's kind of stealing the spotlight there from Roderick Strong. He won't mind, as Gallows is in the ring as well. Can Roderick dispose of him? Of course, Luke Gallows, if you do not know, was once under a different name, Festus. He was part of the WWE Ruthless Aggression era with Jesse and Festus. Came out to the song Biscuits and Gravy. I mean, now he's a much more veteran superstar, had experience in Japan. Multiple-time IWGP Tag Team Champion with Mr. Carl Anderson here. Kind of reinvigorated his career in Japan after a very questionable gimmick in the WWE. And it's a beautiful suplex here from Evil Uno. Evil Uno and Alex Reynolds, of course, are very, very talented wrestlers individually. John Silver actually selected to sit out this one. They like to rotate. And the good thing about them is that TK has allowed that teams with 3 sort of members, you can rotate around, and any one of them can defend the championship. And we're fighting at the top of the ring right here. Roderick Strong trying to retrieve the briefcase for Undisputed Kingdom. We're going to see Adam Cole this Saturday. I mean, he's picked a fight with Jay White, throwing him up through a stage. Like, maybe thought he'd never see Jay White again, but he's been medically cleared for this Saturday, and that's a street fight. You can only imagine that the Undisputed Kingdom will be a little bit worried about that, because although they'll have confidence in their mentor, their leader, it's never good. And what the hell is Evil Uno doing right here? Kyle gonna climb to the top of the ladder, but Reynolds stops it from happening. Carl Anderson and Alex Reynolds grappling up here. Irish whip to the outside of the ring. And no, I do not sound depressed. I'm just lowering my voice, the tone of my voice, because one thing I've noticed on these commentary videos, it's good being like really excited and amped up, but it's like, for some reason, the notes that I'm hitting, I don't normally hit. So when I'm going, oh my God, I shouldn't do that when it hurts. But yeah, it takes an effect. So I'm going to try just lower my tone a bit. As Kyle O'Reilly looks to grab the briefcase here, does have that. I'm quite interested to see how 2K25 the minigame looks, because apparently it's meant to be longer, which I think is right. It's too easy. Kyle O'Reilly looking to retrieve that briefcase for the Undisputed Kingdom, of course. They would be incredible tag team champions, but let's not take anything away. Look at our current tag team champions, the Hurt Syndicate. Defended successfully against FTR. Has been brilliant ever since the debut. Bobby Lashley had a really weird loss to Orange Cassidy on Dynamite a month or so back. Ever since then, the Hurt Syndicate don't look like losing a match. And now Gallows going to look to retrieve the briefcase. Evil Uno in the bottom right of your screen fighting with Kyle Anderson. He's not going to be able to back up Gallows here as he looks to retrieve the briefcase. Alex Reynolds and both members of the Dark Order are an Irish whip there from Uno. Now Roddy Strong is dangling from the briefcase. Kyle O'Reilly reverses. An Irish whip throwing Anderson. The problem with this being 6 men in this match is that it's very easy to get lost. Now both men are going to fight. It's going to be an interesting outlook. Whoever wins this match does go on to be the number 1 contender. Being the number 1 contender is a big feat. You know, the Hurt Syndicate are at the top of the tag team division now. Let's see who, if any of these teams, can potentially dethrone them in the near future. I'm hoping that would be the case. But good teamwork there from the club. And Alex Reynolds now getting involved. He's going to try shift the momentum in the favour of Dark Order. Dark Order not exactly had the greatest start in Universe, but John Silver chose to sit this out. Let Evil Uno have a go. Why not? Mix things up. Of course, John Silver, he offers a lot of things in terms of strength, because he's the strong, pound for pound, potentially one of the strongest men in All Elite Wrestling. Well, screw that, in professional wrestling. So having Evil Uno come in, it's a bit of a different dynamic, and it can confuse teams. And that's what I like about these trios tag teams, is that they can mix it up and like they can change it. It's kind of unfair to the tag teams, if I'm being honest. And a ladder, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's a ladder set up in the bottom of the screen. That's not good, folks, because whoever goes onto that ladder is going to go through that ladder. And that's going to be a bad spot. Gallows looks like he's going to be the unwelcomed volunteer. I'm sure that's not what he's wanting. As Evil Uno stops at a penta driver onto the ladder. God damn it. Penta driver onto the ladder on Kyle O'Reilly. I don't think Kyle O'Reilly will be... I can imagine the migraine that he's got right now is only part of what we're you know, he's going to experience in the rest of this match. That was a nasty bump, and Gallows found his way into the ring. Doesn't forgive Kyle O'Reilly. An Irish whip there. Reversed. And goodness me, Gallows with a reverse on the outside on the right. Evil Uno going to work on Carl Anderson as Reynolds watches his teammates. Well, that's the problem. Watches. And then Alex Reynolds just comes out of nowhere and gets clotheslined by Roderick Strong. Ladder in hand now for Riley. He has Gallows up again. And what on earth is he thinking? What on earth is Kyle O'Reilly thinking? Jesus, if he's gonna... What the hell? A glitch happened. That wasn't what was intended. And Evil Uno punching Carl Anderson. And let's forgive and pretend that didn't happen. Climb the ladder, Kyle. You've got a free run at it, but Carl Anderson's there again. Carl Anderson's climbing the ladder and they're going to try and retrieve that briefcase. There's a briefcase then. Brutus the Barber briefcase. And oh my goodness, and thank God he jumped off that. He just had to jump off that because Carl Anderson was going to tip him from 15 feet in the air. And a punch to Kyle O'Reilly there, takes him out of the ring. And now as the fight continues in the ring, Evil Uno and Alex Reynolds both in the ring for the Dark Order, going to work on Carl Anderson. Has a really incredible move, cutter. Sorry, does Carl Anderson. Little hidden fat there, a bit of knowledge. And thrown outside to the ring goes Kyle O'Reilly. Evil Uno has been quite impressive in this match. Out of the two Dark Order representatives, not taking anything away from Alex Reynolds, but in this match in particular, Evil Uno's quite dominant. On the left of your screen, you can see Kyle O'Reilly and Carl Anderson, and a chair shot from behind. Alex Reynolds sneaks up on O'Reilly. And in the ring, Gallows about to put Evil Uno away. What the hell? A no-sell and a half from Evil Uno as he throws... Oh, Gallows. Oh, Jesus. Bottom of your screen now, folks. What the hell is Evil Uno thinking? Jesus. Coffin dropper through the ladder. And the throat's gone again, but it was worth it because Evil Uno has just taken Luke Gallows out of this match with a coffin drop onto the ladder. By Christ. And that's what these folks are willing to risk for a shot and an opportunity at that AEW World Tag Team Championships. And I can't blame them as Anderson hits that cutter style from the Fireman Carry that we were talking about. It's so impressive with the cutters. So goddamn impressive. And Luke Gallows has finally got back to his feet somehow. And a neck breaker onto the ladder. Kyle O'Reilly lays dormant outside the ring. Roderick Strong thrown to the outside of the ring. So it's the Undisputed Kingdom that are taken out at the moment. And Dark Order... Oh, Kyle O'Reilly's back in the ring, sorry. A lot can change in this match. As you can see, I'm commentating on one thing. I take my eyes, I focus on another. And Kyle O'Reilly's back up and in the ring. As Alex Reynolds retrieves the ladder. Maybe the Dark Order looking to take an opportunity at the Tag Team Championships. That could be interesting. We have AEW Revolution coming up to you at the end of March, folks. That's the next PLE for AEW. It might be a little while away. Just over a month, but I promise you... Sorry, excuse me. I promise you it's going to be worth waiting for. We'll have a lot of storytelling happening on Dynamite and Collision following on from Maximum Carnage. Or we might have new champions, we might have the same old landscape, we might have a completely different landscape here. We've seen Deonna Purrazzo win the TBS Championship. That's a change in the landscape. What does that mean for Anna Jay? What does it mean for Fatal Beauty? Of course, Mariah May getting ejected from that match. There's definitely some follow-up from that match. And before this match, we've just seen a hellacious Falls Count Anywhere match. Is Joe okay? Is Joe going to be okay? Well, I guess we'll find out. Gallows stands central in the middle of the ring while everybody else is taken out. That was a perfect opportunity to climb the ladder. And he chose not to do it. Maybe tired and gets thrown onto another ladder, does Gallows. Just don't think it's Gallows' evening tonight. Alex Reynolds in the corner, looking to put O'Reilly through the ladder. O'Reilly Irish whip to Reynolds. And chop against that ladder. And when he's pressing him against that ladder, it's pressing against his back, indenting the steel. There's O'Reilly. Forearms. And now Gallows gets involved. It seems like everywhere Kyle O'Reilly goes, there seems to be multiple people trying to take him out. And steel chair from Uno to Roderick Strong and to Kyle O'Reilly. And to Gallows. I tell you, he's been really impressive as this match as Evil Uno. I'm not glazing. There's no W glaze in this chat. That he has been very impressive so far. Reynolds going to retrieve the ladder. Going to put it back down. Maybe having second thoughts. Both members of the Dark Order are in the ring. If I was them, if I was one of them, I'd be grabbing the ladder. And O'Reilly back in the ring. Going to grab the chair. He has just dispatched of Luke Gallows on the left-hand side of the screen. We're going to stay focused on what's going on in the ring, because that's where it matters. Excuse me again. When I commentate, I get like a build-up of crap. So I apologise. If ever I cough or I'm going like that, I'm just clearing my throat, because yeah, I've got a lisp and I can't help it, and I don't want to like stop and start every recording. I'm just trying to like get it in like 1 or 2 takes. So I appreciate you guys who will not want to be listening to me go, but it's just easier. I'll be here all day if I didn't. And knee by Anderson attacking Reynolds, and a shot by the knee to the face. We haven't seen anybody attempt to go for the briefcase. Carl Anderson just attempted a missile drop kick on a machine gun drop kick, should I say, on Kyle O'Reilly. O'Reilly looking for the briefcase. Finally, somebody's taking some initiative. The objective of the match was completely forgotten about for the last 5 to 10 minutes. O'Reilly, can the Undisputed Kingdom get the briefcase? O'Reilly's going to try and untangle it. There's 3 left to go, but Anderson's there. So is Alex Reynolds. And what on earth's going on here? And the problem in this match is Kyle O'Reilly's in big trouble. Roderick Strong's fighting somebody else. And O'Reilly from the top of the ladder falls off. Alex Reynolds, and this is the problem. Everybody's focused on fighting each other. Why is Carl Anderson watching? Oh no, he isn't. He's going up the ladder, and Evil Uno's also aware. He needs to save Alex Reynolds. Can Reynolds get it undone? And Evil Uno, if you just saw it at the end, pulled Anderson down, Gallows down. And the Dark Order win the #1 contenders match for the AEW World Championship. Congratulations to them. I wonder if they'll put forward the same combination. It's a very intense match, but in that kind of scenario, you've got to be focusing on the objective, not so much on grudges. Congratulations to the Dark Order. We'll hear from them in the next coming weeks on their title shot. Are you ready, folks, for some long-term grudges to be settled? This could be match of the night. It's for the Continental Championship. The road here was not easy for William Ospreay of Essex, London. He had to beat Hammerstone to earn this opportunity, but the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada, more than willing to give Will this opportunity. So it's for the Continental Championship, a long-term rivalry in Japan. Turn to AEW. Kazuchika Okada defends that Continental Championship against the aerial assassin Will Ospreay. Many people will be most interested in this match because of the history. Now, the history between these two stems along nearly a decade. They've had over 100 matches in New Japan, and they've come out on top. Many people, and even Okada himself said a couple of weeks back on Dynamite, Okada has the majority of them. Tonight, who will be victorious? Well, one of them is going to walk out the Continental Champion. Can it be this man? Of course, famous for that lariat. Can really do damage with that. But he's also a very versatile mat wrestler. Is Kazuchika Okada of Japan. He can mix it up with the likes of Ospreay. He could have a match with a pillow. He's that good. And that's just testament to how experienced Kazuchika Okada is in his 30s now. Got over a decade's worth of experience in professional wrestling. And that's going to be testament to his performance here tonight. We're going to see the best of Kazuchika Okada. Hopefully see the best of Will Ospreay, because when Will Ospreay is firing on all cylinders, any match is his to lose. The Rainmaker soaking in this Washington DC crowd for all that it's worth, as he's here in AEW, as he says, to make money. That's what the Rainmaker's all about. Of course, joining the Elite. Not traditionally what we expected when he joined AEW. Similar time to Will Ospreay, who is making his way to the ring now. I have to talk about the journey that Will Ospreay has been on in this universe mode. For you guys that aren't aware, who are here for the first time, or maybe you've watched a couple of episodes and you're here with us now. This universe mode started off as New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor. Will did not have the best of times in New Japan. He lost the inaugural match that crowned the New Japan IWGP World Champion to Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kenny Omega. That was unfortunate for Will. Then he found himself in a bit of a pickle with Bronson Reed, who is now of Monday Night Raw over on WWE. Unfortunately didn't win that rivalry, came over to AEW, had a couple of matches, lost unfortunately to Buddy Matthews in a Casino Gauntlet qualifier. So, although Will's in a good spot now, he's had to come a long way since then. Let's talk about the history of when it got up. Following the Casino Gauntlet, he entered the Continental Classic, beating the Bastard Pac and having a no contest with Adam Cole. Had an opportunity at the Continental Championship at AEW Royal Rumble. Was not pinned, was not submitted, therefore was not technically beat. He asked Okada, due to their relationship, if he could have an opportunity. Okada said, well, I know how good a wrestler you are, Will, but I want you to prove yourself. Prove to everybody why you deserve an opportunity at this championship. Okada picked an opponent for Will Ospreay. He chose Alexander Hammerstone, who many would have predicted would beat Will Ospreay for his sheer power. Ospreay putting on an absolute clinic in that match, picking up the victory and earning this opportunity here tonight at Maximum Carnage at the Rainmaker, who originally was our Ring of Honor World Champion. The Ring of Honor World Championship did translate and transfuse and change into the AEW Continental Championship. He's our inaugural champion. He's a pretty solid champion, and he's unbeaten in universe mode. Ospreay, the journey is long. There's plenty of time to go. A loss tonight will not be the end of Will Ospreay, neither will it be of Okada. But a win here would be huge in shifting the momentum as Okada goes for a shooting star press from standing. Okada does reverse. Okada going to take the early dominance, and one of the patterns you'll see in Kazuchika Okada's arsenal is the need to dominate matches early on, especially against the likes of Will Ospreay, who has such a varied aerial offense as well as good mat wrestling and an uppercut. A European uppercut there from Ospreay, telling Okada, telling Ospreay to get back to his feet. We know these two have a very storied past in Japan. That is no secret. Ospreay spinning backbreaker there. Spinning sidewalk slam. And a beautiful forearm, springboarded off the turnbuckle. And you'll see a lot of that from Ospreay, that offense that you don't expect. Okada and Ospreay have been here many times before. Over decades, with over 100 matches across the world. They'll know each other inside and out. But tonight's the only night that matters with that Continental Championship on the line. Ospreay teetering on the edge, and Okada going to bring him back down to earth. Of course, as I was saying, this is not the end of the road for the loser here. We're very early in our Dynamite Universe mode. This is going to continue well into 2K25. We do want to switch to 2K25, but it's core and arena dependent. So I'll be making my own arenas, so the arenas won't be an issue. We will be taking a little break from universe mode. I think we'll continue to upload it on 2K24 while we explore 2K25. Hopefully some calls get made, and then we can have a decent roster. As Ospreay grapple here on Okada, Irish whip. And the good news is I got the Bloodline edition, so on the 7th of March we'll try and bring you some gameplay from the new game. We'll try to do a deep dive on universe mode and stuff like that. We're going to review all different game modes. I'm going to play through the My Rise. I'll tell you what I thought about that without spoilers. I'll do the GM mode, and Ospreay misses there. We'll have a deep dive into universe mode probably on the 7th of March. I'll spend a few hours looking through it and make like a 10-15 minute video telling you what I found, what I think works, what I think won't work. We'll talk about showcase mode later on in the week. It'll be pretty much a launch of 2K, celebrating the launch of 2K25. So we might take a week off Universe Mode. I am not sure yet. So just bear with me. I think once 2K25 I see the full roster and everything, we can kind of decide where we go from there. As Okada hits a beautiful neck breaker there on Ospreay. Scoop slam. Pretty even in this match, and Okada signifying that this match could be already over at Ospreay with the kick. And we know that the Spanish Fly, Ospreay has a very versatile moveset that can be somewhat unpredictable to opponents. Okada won't be one of those opponents that isn't aware of what Will Ospreay can do. He will have received every super kick and every shooting star press that Will has to offer. Kick out one from the champion. And Okada DDT. And Okada's such a brilliant champ. He won't be wanting to leave Washington DC without the Continental Championship. He'll be looking to defend that all over the world. We have already seen a title change here tonight. TBS title going home with Fatal Beauty and Deonna Purrazzo. What the hell? Superplex to Ospreay. And it's probably a smart move from Will to get out the ring. And Okada with the springboard over the top ropes. It's not just Will Ospreay who has a varied offense. Okada with the decades of experience can adapt just like that. And Ospreay going to reverse Irish whip into the ring. Going to recover now. Spend some time outside the ring. And Okada catches him, and the tombstone, the spinning tombstone. Can he get a hook of the leg? That could potentially signify the end. 2, and Ospreay with a kick out, 2.5. And one thing's for sure about this match is this beef will never truly be settled. Should Ospreay walk away with the championship, I'm sure Okada has more than earned his rematch clause in the time that he's been champion. Should Okada walk away, what's next for the Continental Championship? What's next for Will Ospreay? We'll have to find out. And telling him to stay down, that's an interesting feat. And look at Ospreay. Look at the agility and a jawbreaker there from Ospreay. Using the nimble agility whilst grappling to surprise Okada with that jawbreaker. Now Okada in a steady position goes for the kick. Misses. Grapple again from... Oh dear. Is he going for that package pile driver? He is. Package pile driver from Ospreay. Could that be enough? Okada back to his feet. Kicks from Ospreay. And a kick to the head of Okada. It's been a fast-paced match so far. No controversy, no nothing. And now Ospreay's going to forearm to the back of the neck of Okada. And this is only becoming more personal, as we can see in the ring, rather than just... in the past. You can see it in the storytelling in the ring that Ospreay is getting a bit frustrated here. Maybe feels like he should have put him away already. Working on the legs, trying to take away Okada's stance. Has hold of his neck. Going to drag him to the ring ropes here. What has Ospreay got in mind? Irish whip. And a crossbody. That was not quite a hidden blade, but it was a crossbody. He did catch all of it. Can Okada kick out 1, 2, and a kick out 2.5 from Okada as we reach the penultimate moment in this match. Ospreay going to go high risk. The problem when you go high risk is it's high reward. Shooting star press connects on Okada. Could that be all she wrote? And roll up pin here from Okada. Ospreay didn't see it coming. The referee very delayed there, and I'm sure Okada won't be happy about that. And oh dear, Ospreay's in trouble. Irish whip. Now a European uppercut again from Okada. Okada's been brilliant in this match. Goes to the top rope. Don't see this often from Okada. But the money shot hits. And could that be enough to put away Ospreay? It isn't. And slam of the mat. But Ospreay looks hurt after that splash. A bit like Samoa Joe earlier. Oh my goodness, another tombstone. And it looks like the gears in the head of Kazuchika Okada have snapped. And Ospreay is going to pay for it. Ospreay was holding his ribs very worryingly then. And we're going to see the Rainmaker Lariat. That's surely it, folks. 2, 3, and Okada retains. It was a good effort from Ospreay. Clearly wasn't 100% after something that happened in that match. But Okada retains the Continental Championship. He'll be wanting to find a worthy contender. I mean, Will was more than a worthy contender. Commiserations to Will. He'll be back. Hopefully he's not too injured. And Okada will continue as champ. It's main event time, folks, which means our AEW Royal Rumble winner, Big Bill Cassidy, formerly of the Learning Tree, will take on AEW World Champion Kenny Omega. Folks, it's all on the line here. This is everything to AEW, that World Championship, and of course the women's, which will be defended on Saturday by Mina Shirakawa. She takes on Toni Storm. A little bit of story to how this match came into place, and can both of these men have their head in the game? Can both of these men have their head in the game? Because if you've been watching recent episodes, and I implore that if you haven't seen previous episodes, after watching this, if you skim watch them, you can catch up on all the action from our All Elite Universe mode. Excuse me, I had a bit of wind there. Disgusting from the commentator, but I am only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. But anyway, why do I say that they've got external factors? Well, Big Bill was in the Learning Tree faction with Chris Jericho, his mentor. Jericho's actually been banned by Tony Khan from the arena tonight, much to the happiness of some of the AEW fans. Big Bill will get his opportunity one-on-one. However, Kenny Omega was attacked by MJF last week. We don't know why. We haven't heard from MJF. It was an unprecedented call, and that might mean that Kenny Omega's paranoid and got eyes in the back of his head. Big Bill, of course, falling out with Jericho. Tony Khan has made it very clear that Jericho's not allowed near the arena. Also, MJF is not allowed in the arena. Nothing is going to stop this World Championship match from being a normal contest. But after Maximum Carnage and after this Saturday, what do the roads look like for these two men? Unsettled business with the mentor. Big Bill did beat Jericho, but Jericho, and went to shake Jericho's hand, tried to make amends, wants him to be his mentor. Jericho slapped the hand away. Omega won a grueling match, a brilliant match against Brian Cage, the Machine. Took a lot out of Kenny Omega. MJF decides to turn up, pick his shot. Took a cheap shot when Omega's obviously had a match and tired. And that's exactly what we expect from MJF. Of course, not allowed in the arena. This AEW World Championship match will be contested under fair rules. TK's made sure of that. And then when we go back to Dynamite next Wednesday, I'm sure we'll have some fallout from this, whether we have a new AEW World Champion or still the World Champion Kenny Omega be. There'll be fallout. Of course, Big Bill will be wanting to address the rivalry with long-term mentor Chris Jericho. Can they make amends? Of course, that all stemming when Chris Jericho and Big Bill were scheduled to take on Apollo Crews, who is now signed for Raw, which is you can go see him over on the Red brand, and Kenny Omega in tag team action. Jericho deciding to remove himself from that match once Big Bill saw a tag. Got a very vicious promo a really jealous promo talking about how he wouldn't be where he is without Jericho, and how Jericho still deserves them opportunities even at 54 years old. And Big Bill starting fast out of the gates here. Of course, what advantages does Big Bill have over Kenny Omega? Strength, maybe. But Omega's the ultimate all-round performer. And it did surprise even me when Big Bill won that Rumble. German suplex into the pinfall there. So Big Bill came in late into the Rumble. He eliminated Jon Moxley last, who we haven't seen since the Rumble. He took that Rumble loss very badly. But I'm sure he'll be back very shortly. He didn't take that well when he got eliminated. And Big Bill clothesline into the corner on Kenny Omega. Going to go for a hook of the leg a bit early. Kenny Omega being a world champion all over the world, including Japan, in Mexico. I believe he's even won a championship in America before, maybe in TNA or Ring of Honor. And now he's here, and he's the AEW World Champion. Of course, the inaugural IWGP Champion, beating Ospreay and Hiroshi Tanahashi. He's looked relentless ever since. Beautiful snap suplex. Going to go for the pinfall here, Omega Man. Gets a 1 count, not quite the 2. And it's good to try these early pins, and a beautiful springboard moonsault there from Kenny Omega. And it's really important to try these early pins to test the resolve of your opponent and see how much it will take to get rid of them. Irish whip by Big Bill, and that's a big body slam there from Bill. takes the wind right out of you. Going to go for the pinfall here on Omega. Omega kicks out, not even a 1 count. I think there is a lot of... the big boot. That takes the head off Omega. And Big Bill might be looking to put this match away very early. And Omega fights out. Got to do more than that to beat Omega. He's an extremely experienced wrestler. Has over 2 decades of experience in professional wrestling. And bounced off the turnbuckle, and over 30 years of experience can't prepare you for being busted open. And Big Bill was going to go for a weapon there, but then realising disqualification does not allow the title to change hands. Of course, champion's advantage can win by a count out or lose by a count out and still be the champion. Big Bill's going to have to pin or submit Kenny Omega to win here tonight. And a knee there from Omega. And it's great that Big Bill's getting this opportunity. He's going to have a massive universe mode ahead, potentially even as world champion. That should be interesting. Irish whip there. I'm sure Enzo Amore, the real one, will be watching from afar, cheering on his former tag team partner. I don't know about Jericho. Do you think Jericho will be cheering him on? Omega goes high risk. And we know that Omega has a stomp and a wide range of offense. The stomp could win the match here. Big Bill, shoulders on the mat, and gets a kick out 2.5. Still in the match is Big Bill. It's been a good back and forth contest. Omega looking like he cannot handle the strength as well as we probably thought he could. And throws Big Bill to the outside of the ring. And now Omega, he's going to... Oh, and Big Bill drags him out. This could be the only opportunity Big Bill gets. He needs to take it. And if he does take it, the whole of Washington, D.C. will be in shock. Snap suplex to the outside of the ring there. But take nothing away from Big Bill. He's earned this opportunity at the AEW World Championship shoulder tackle there. Of course, might not be the last we see of Bill in the AEW World Championship picture. If he wins here tonight, he'll be the AEW World Champion. I don't think that quite feels like a possibility right now, but it's very much a very likely and a very possible possibility. And a springboard over from Omega. Big Bill telegraphs it and moves out the way. Going to bring Omega back to his feet now. Slap to the chest. Big Bill in the middle of the ring. He's suggesting that he's going to snap somebody. And of course, remember, Saturday night is for fighting. Collision will bring to you the second half of Maximum Carnage. And a beautiful enziguri from a springboard there from Kenny Omega. Could be looking to put Bill away. 2 count there and a kick out again from Bill, showing some great resilience in this match. And as I was saying, Saturday night we have the second half of Maximum Carnage. AEW Women's Championship will be on the line. Toni Storm takes on Mina Sharikawa. Statlander and Megan Bayne will be inside a steel cage. We have Darby Allin versus Konosuke Takeshita. We also have that street fight. That is going to be absolutely epic. Adam Cole takes on Jay White as Omega with another kick there. And I think we could be nearing the business end. Bang, bang signifies the end, potentially for Bill Cassidy, and a clothesline to the outside. But he hangs on the edge of the ring. And a shot to the guts of Omega. We know the diverticulitis that he's had. He's had to have over 2 feet of intestines removed. Big Bill goes for the big boot and misses. So that's credit to Omega's resiliency. And oh, goodness me. Another power slam to Kenny Omega. Could we be about to crown a new AEW World Champion? No. Omega somehow gets the shoulder up. I don't know how. But he's still in this match very much, folks. Kick to the jaw. Omega trying to retain the championship. And maybe sensing the end here. And he's got him up for that pile driver again. We saw him put away Hiroshi Tanahashi with that. And he's going to put away Big Bill here tonight. Great effort from Bill, and it's a 3 count. I think it's a brilliant opportunity from Big Bill and a great effort, but he's just not ready for that scene yet, and that's why he was an outsider in this match. Omega retains the AEW World Championship. I'm very proud of Omega. Great effort from Big Bill. He needs to go settle his beef with Jericho, but fair and square, Omega takes the W here tonight and keeps that World Championship. Congratulations, Kenny, on another title defense. Who will be next in line for the Omega Man? And where Omega leaves the building here, and he's... oh, for goodness sake! He might have been banned from the arena, but they said nothing about the car park. And MJF jumping the AEW World Champion, who's just been in our main event, bouncing him off his car. And that is Kenny Omega's car, by the way, folks. And what the hell's he doing now? And using the car, oh my goodness, picks up the boot. And MJF got, oh my god, please God, no. MJF bounces the bonnet on Omega's head.